By the way. Good evening, Contest of Champions. It is in the books, baby. Week 1 and done. We are here for week 2. I know some guys out there, they're feeling a little down. You know? Maybe some things happened that might cause some stress. Anthony, how do you feel about that?
Oh! Listen.
Real loud, but you can't hear it because Mike cut him out.
Perfect. I howled for those listening at home. Listen, there are plenty of people in this league who know where my allegiances lie. We're sad, we're happy, who knows where we are after this week. But I do know one thing. The curse is broken, boys. The curse is broken.
Right. Anthony is officially 1-0.
For the first time ever. That is confirmed. I don't think it's the first time I've ever beaten you, but it's one of them to say 2.
Got it, yeah.
It's less than 3 total, for sure.
Yeah.
This being maybe the 3rd, but yeah, no, I'm pretty juiced after the poop fest that was this week.
Looking at the league pick'em, the only difference in our scores was our matchup.
Yeah, we knew that going in. I do think now, just for fairness, as I've thought about it over this week, when we pick, you should go first. Don't say who you're picking. Say I've locked my pick, and then I will share my pick on screen. Therefore, because we'll talk about it after who we picked. But what are the odds either one of us is going back and changing picks after the fact? I'm gonna say real low, unless somebody gets hurt in a Friday practice.
Well, that's the thing. You can't go back after Thursday game. So.
Oh, it's true. So. You got my point, though. Like, for the gamesmanship,
100%.
you lock blind. I will then say who I pick on stream, and then you can say who you picked, and we'll talk about it. But
happy to
that way, we prevent the gamesmanship of, I've got the lead. I'm just going to pick the same things that Andrew has, and now I can never lose. It's not what this is about. This is about betraying our friends.
So, pick 'em in the books, week 1, done. Let's get into the matchups.
Bang. Week 1. This is the wrong fever thing. God damn it.
Stop it. See? Listen, why? Guys,
bang.
A little bit of context. In fever, Anthony beat our
you want to look at it real quick just to see?
Let's just look at it real quick. Let's just get out of the way.
Just to see Jeremy probably fuming.
Anthony defeats Jeremy by
one Garrett Wilson circus catch. That was the last point I scored, was the Garrett Wilson touchdown. Please no stat correction, fantasy football gods.
Very tragic. All right. Back to COC.
Love you, Jeremy. Back to COC. How?
This is easily the. Actually, hold on.
It's not the poop bowl. It's not.
The poop bowl. Never mind.
The poop bowl is for later. You would have been a participant.
I don't know though. This is. I think this is the poop bowl, buddy.
That is true. Kyle scored a lot of garbage with Jets D. So it really the Greg Kyle matchup was projected to finish like 82-77 or something like that. Like, we'll talk about it when we get there. But Jets D scored Kyle like 30 points, so it made this matchup not look like the poop bowl. So yeah, I think because you decided to come out and score the lowest points in the entire league, you made us the poop bowl.
An active decision that I made. Yeah, listen.
An active decision that you made. I mean, you did draft Kyle Pitts, so it was an active decision that you made.
Listen, I may sound like a broken record. Anybody interested in acquiring Kyle Pitts, just let me know. Let me know. I mean, listen, Lamar pooped, Saquon pooped. What are you going to do?
If I would have told you on Wednesday, one of our rosters was going to have a 100% quarterback rushing touchdown, which one did you think it was going to be? Because would you think it would be both of my quarterbacks? Jeez, I was heated, by the way. If I lost by this 5 points, I would have been furious. But I didn't, because Andrew's team did so bad.
Christian McCaffrey things. Ball down.
Christian McCaffrey did the things that nobody gave him credit for when when I drafted him. Obviously, it was the fucking 2 pick. It's not that hard of a decision. But, that guy's going to score 20 or 30 points every week. Just lock it into my lineup. It's real great. Pretty excited about it.
Good player.
Good player.
Listen, I'm not worried.
I'm not worried about your squad. You just had a weird down week. Weird Philly game. DK finds the end zone in a weird revenge game. It felt like for the
Uh,
Rams. Rams came out with a
uh,
purpose in that game. They were not going to get embarrassed.
they're
This
punchers.
was
We
disgusting
won't
to
even talk
watch.
about it. Let's move on. Let's move on. This is garbage.
Easy clap. Easy clap. Bomba clap.
I'm not worried about it. Let's roll.
I don't know what happened in any other matchup, by the way. So this can be my first time looking at a lot of these.
Uh,
Um,
yeah. Dallas
this,
defense.
yeah. Oh my God, I didn't even see this. Yeah, Dallas defense. I was
Yeah.
just looking at Bender's team. I was like, wait, Bender's team didn't score any points. How did he win?
Yeah.
And I hadn't
Yeah.
gotten here yet. Yeah, this hurt.
Dallas defense. Dallas Goddard.
Wait,
Goose egg.
Jeremy lost in 2 leagues to 2 different players who only started 8 guys. Me and Bender both started Dallas Goddard.
Yeah. Man, that hurts. If your 40-point player is
Is a
the
defense?
defense, then matchups are gonna be real easy for you.
Yeah,
Yeesh.
that hurts.
Quick
mean,
look at Jeremy's roster here. Najee
yikes.
Harris. That's exactly what we expected. Cam Akers. Oof. Dude,
Kyron Williams.
I don't want anything to do with Cam Akers whatsoever.
I don't think anybody does.
Goofy.
Listen, I don't know what Jalen Warren's stat line was. I'm assuming it wasn't
Really
better,
It was like 30 yards.
but this is what's gonna happen in every game that Najee Harris plays a good defense. Now the San Francisco 49ers. Listen, now week 1 in the books, you look around the league, you look at Dallas, you look at San Francisco, you look at the Jets, and you go sit your players against those teams. Because you're fucked if you're playing one of those 3 defenses.
Nah, I will say, Jeremy's got probably some regrets about not starting Brandon Ayuk. But who knew? Who would?
I mean, yeah, because it's Ayuk or Akers, right? I'm sure he was staring down that decision. And you just look at this matchup and he goes, "This is probably a nice matchup. You get yourself your cushy."
Listen. If you obviously hindsight, very easy to make this decision.
Yeah.
If you take a step back and
If
you
you
look at Najee Harris,
I'm
San Francisco,
I'm looking at this trio and just thinking Jeremy went for safe instead of boom, and that's the question that I'm questioning. Ayuk represents upside. If you're playing against this trio, now they didn't perform, but I would have thought going into the week I need upside.
Sure.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020. You didn't expect this. You didn't expect 40-0 from here. And we'll get into it whenever we click on whoever played Josh Allen, but you did not expect stars to get shut down the way they did this week across the board.
Bender, listen, you get a dub here, buddy, but hopefully
figure it out.
Stars, yeah, listen, McKinnon.
You started Jerick McKinnon in week 1.
Whew.
Why?
Man, that man's risky. All right,
I remember when we said that Bender had the worst draft. That guy started Jerick McKinnon.
All right, let's keep him moving. Oh, this one. Listen. Christian Kirk is a drop. David, I love you. Drop him. Don't ever. Honestly, you don't even need that guy on your team anymore.
Weirdly enough, I disagree that he's a drop.
Dude,
Kadarius Toney is a drop.
Listen, I'm keeping Kadarius.
You're holding teamless Kareem Hunt, who might not be teamless.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because you have to keep in mind, right?
I'm expecting that this man will be a Baltimore Raven by the end of the week.
David had Christian Watson got injured.
Yeah, David was the unfortunate recipient of some injuries here.
Now on the other side, Travis also lost Mark Andrews, so it's kind of a 1-for-1 in that regard. But losing Christian Watson was really painful.
Yeah, that definitely hurts.
Watson, manager in another.
I think that Christian Kirk, now that everybody has seen Calvin Ridley one time, nobody will get beat. I mean, Calvin Ridley's going to have more good games. We'll get to it when we get to Dan. But I think going into the season, everybody had doubts that Calvin Ridley would still be him. He's still him for anybody who watched that game. I think Calvin Ridley may be the regret of non-fantasy owners across. This is, overreaction Monday. But waiting in the 3rd, 4th round for Calvin Ridley, let's not forget that guy was the 4th overall pick 3 years ago. And he is still that guy. And I think he'll get more coverage rolling toward him, and Christian Kirk will have more open receptions in the future of this season.
We love to see David Montgomery. Hopefully that keeps up.
Hate that. We hate that.
Travis, buddy Opal, Bijan Robinson, good player. Brian Robinson, good enough player. Garrett Wilson, stinky now. Stinky.
No, 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 no. He's fine.
Zach
He's
Wilson?
fine. You sit him next week, but after that, he's you sit him the week after that, and then you sit him the week after that, but like then you sit him the week after that, and then he's fine.
Oh, okay. Travis,
Yeah.
solid special teams play. 13 and 11, love that. Good, that's good stuff. Special teams. Shout out to Tyler Bass.
Yeah, I don't know what you do with any Jets receivers. I think brighter pastures are ahead, but definitely not next week.
Hopefully Mark Andrews comes
Zach
back.
didn't look that bad.
All I will say is David and I, as many of you may know, are in a bet to see who has the better record. Right now, we're tied. Hold on, baby. Woo! All right.
Travis was the guy who picked the dice roll
Dude,
of starting Philly running back.
Dude, the premature getting Gainwell pickup. That's big.
Listen, David's gonna be on the wire. He's dropping this guy. He's dropping this guy. He's dropping this guy.
Oh yeah, get Zamir White out of there.
David's gonna have 3 roster spots open.
But you got to remember, because Watson and Kelsey are coming back in, so he really only has 1.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, something to think about.
Wow, that makes it easy though. Yeah, moving on. Oh, here it is.
Baby.
Wow. The fact I didn't know how many points he scored when I was watching this game. Wait.
So many rushing yards.
This is Is it just not showing it because?
All right. What are you talking about?
There's not enough room. This is a stat correction. He had a fumble. It's either not showing it because there's not enough room here, or hold on, where's the stat tracker? Where's Juice?
Yes,
Yeah, fumble lost. Okay, yeah. It's just not showing it, and that's green because there's not enough room. Oh, I know he had a fumble. It was the game-losing fumble.
Listen, as a weird aside, Travis texted me, and he was like, "Hey, somebody's fumble didn't count." And I was like, "Oh." And Travis goes, "Yeah, I mean, his own team recovered it, but where are the points lost for it?" I was like,
"That's not how it
you only
works."
lose points. Yeah, you only lose points if the other team gets it. And he was like, "We should change that." I was like, "Oh, well."
That's not how the NFL keeps it. Why would we change that?
We'll put it to a vote later.
That's a fun fact. Nobody ever knows that stat, by the way. But if you ever look up how many times your quarterback fumbled last season, it's not like the 3 that you think. It's like 13. And it's like 3 turnover fumbles. But I didn't know this because I learned it last night. And the night before. I'm like, Daniel Jones fumbled 17 times last season, and Josh Allen fumbled 18 times last season. But they only lost 3 or 4 of them, so you think they only had 3 or 4 fumbles. But they didn't. They had a fuck ton of fumbles.
Drew Shaloon has great.
Nathan, it just didn't matter. I'm not even going to talk about Drew Shaloon.
Well, listen. I'm talking about the future.
I mean, the future is bright for the Aloon, but I mean, the future might not be bright for anybody playing against Dan. I don't know. As long as Tua is healthy.
So let's get into Dan.
Dan is going to be a buzzsaw of points this season if this is as real as everybody thinks. Not to mention Chris Olave and Calvin Ridley are also just studs. If Dan stumbles upon a running back at any point this season, which he might, Dan just has to play. Dan has to get 15 points from his running backs every week, and he's gonna run people over with this stack. And that's terrifying.
Yeah. Is Tua and Tyreek gonna score 70 points together every week?
No, but chalk them up for 50.
We shall see.
Love this name way better, by the way, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm way more on board with this than the Ridley Wings. Shout out.
Had some name discussions with Dan. Listen, the way I treat fantasy football names, just in general, is there has to be easily recognizable and simple.
Yeah.
It just makes it it just makes it easier.
I didn't interpret that this was points. It took me a while. I was like, what is PTS?
Yo, I gotta admit, I thought that was post-traumatic stress. That's how I interpret that.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's never-ending points at Olive Garden or Olave Garden.
Yeah, like never-ending breadsticks. Yeah, no.
Never-ending bread. I understood the meme. I realized it was points.
I legitimately saw never-ending PTS. Post-traumatic stress at Olave Garden. Anyway, hey Dan, great name. All right, moving on.
Yeah, we gotta be quick. Some of us are on a shot clock tonight.
Kyle, hey, listen, this is big. This is big. Kyle normally
Starts
gets
hot.
gets a couple wins under his belt. It's really late game Kyle where he starts to fall off. He's got his first injury on the bench.
Classic. Classic.
Listen, DeAndre Swift, he
Uh
might be useful.
oh.
Might be useful. If Kenneth Gainwell is actually injured, he might be important.
I cut Rashad Penny in the other league.
That is fair.
That guy was a healthy scratch, and I went, okay, bye bye. I said
Listen,
healthy scratch. Oh sheesh.
Damian Pierce is gonna have better games.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry. Anybody afraid about Derrick Henry?
Yes. If you watched the game and you're
Yeah.
a Derrick Henry owner, I would be terrified. And I think in our discussions in the Discord and throughout the offseason, we all referenced, hey, why is Derrick Henry's stock price falling? It was like, oh, because they drafted a third round kid. I saw a lot of Tajay Spears in that game. A lot. And it was a one score game the entire game. Like, no team had a big lead. And Tajay Spears, just like we thought, was getting all the third down work, which is annoying that they do, but he was getting some first and second down work. And when that starts to happen, like this is not enough touches for a one score game on the road for Derrick Henry.
And it's
Absolutely not.
not so much that he was getting a lot of yards, Tajay was, but he was on the field.
That's what I'm saying. He was just the
like that.
percentage
Like that.
plays split was
Yeah.
concerning for a Derrick Henry owner. I'm not worried about Derrick Henry's talent or his ability.
Listen,
He's gonna have a 30-point game at some point in the season. I'm just worried
we-
about.
Do we believe in DJ Moore?
Do we believe in DJ Moore? Yes, I do
Okay.
believe brighter
I do too.
brighter
like
days
DJ Moore.
ahead for the Bears. I actually don't believe in Dameon Pierce. I know that you said you do early on. I just
I like
think
him.
he is on such a bad team. He's a
true.
good
Team
player,
is
and I like his talent, but he does not catch passes really, and he's gonna get game scripted out of so many games.
Greg, Josh Jacobs, didn't do very much. Chris Cotton didn't do very much. T. Higgins didn't do anything.
Yeah, you're the T. Higgins
You
goose egg
gotta
guy.
start 9 players, bud. You gotta start 9 players.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, just mediocre. Just mediocre all around. I think they'll be better in weeks to come. But
Yeah, but anyway, I called that earlier. The difference really was like if you take away those 20 points, it was 77 to 78, and you go, oh, a defense is going to have 7-8 points. Kyle was projected to score in the mid 80s, and then they take one to the house, boys. House call for Antonio Gibson. That's right, Gibson. I don't even know if his first name is Antonio.
Hey, chin up, Greg. Chin up. You're gonna be all right. Kyle, pick up some people on the waiver wire.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Leave your bench barren. Close one. Close game alert.
Wowzers.
Matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week. Listen, Joe Burrow was trying his best to keep this one close.
He did his absolute
Yeesh.
darndest. Joe Burrow doing his Nathan Peterman impression.
Listen, I will say I got a text from Evan. I'm gonna say Sunday morning. Let me verify.
Craig, these are my running backs.
Should he start Isaiah Likely or the guy from Tennessee? And I said Isaiah Likely, and that was incorrect.
How many points did the guy from Tennessee score? I don't know the answer.
Don't know. Hold on.
What's his name?
It's a really long.
Oh, Chigama Okonkwo?
Yeah, Okonkwo. That's the guy.
Okonkwo. Oh.
Wow.
Good job, Andrew.
Honestly, didn't matter.
Good job, Andrew.
It did not matter at all.
Yeah, it was just about starting one of your other players that mattered. Were any of them obvious? No.
Nah.
Jordan Addison over Isaiah Pacheco, maybe.
I don't think so. Rookie in his first game.
I will say that I was not a believer in Isaiah Likely for anybody who was looking at him. I thought he was so fake last season because of what the receiving core looked like at the end of that season. When he was playing, nobody else was playing. And so he got some balls thrown his way.
Here's what I'm going to say. The Baltimore Ravens, on the second touchdown, it wouldn't have mattered. They went for 2 instead of kicking a one-pointer, but it was still not enough. Damn. Evan, sorry, buddy. Sorry. Hate to see it. Craig gets a big dub. He loses J.K. Dobbins in the process. That is frustrating. Uh,
Just looking, was anybody obvious? No. There really wasn't another option. Maybe Dawson Knox, maybe Luke Musgrave. I mean, like, yeah, everybody throws a touchdown dart throw on Derrick Henry. So I don't think there was like an obvious pick available for Evan. And
Agreed.
ultimately, we'll see if Craig survives this because like he gets very Jets feel here. Wins the battle, do you win the war? Who knows how long? I mean, this guy's out
Yeah.
for the rest of his life. Who knows how long this guy will be out?
Yeah. So Craig definitely loses J.K. Dobbins. He might lose Aaron Jones with a hammy. Who knows?
That's wild. Those are
Hate to
both of
see
my
it.
receivers and or running backs in fever. Week 2,
Week 2. Oh my gosh. Week 2, boys. Who's excited? I'm excited for
me.
week 2.
Me, I get the other side of the matchup. All right, so those keeping track at home. Kyle and I have a heads up points bet. Kyle's currently winning by 5 points after week 1. I hope I close the gap in week 2. That would mean I win. I have not looked at again any of these. Let's see. What's the status of Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, that guy got a player. What?
Downplays knee bruise. That's spooky. What are the matchups looking like?
I gotta say this is a tough one. This is a
It is
tough one.
tight.
I have picked who I think is gonna win.
Let's see.
I've locked it in.
I'm
It's done.
looking around. I'm looking around at players, right? I like my I like my special teams better. That's a nice one I like. Um is Jameer Gibbs real or fake, bro? I mean, I'm picking myself. Like I already know that. Um but the question is what are the matchups? Like is Zay Flowers real? Is Jameer I have so many question marks on my lineup. I guess Kyle does too, and like DJ Moore, Damian Pierce, DeAndre Swift. Wow, this is poop bowl alert. I could see it in this game's. I could see 87, 83 in this game's future.
Listen, I have locked in Anthony. I think he will.
Oh, I feel
I
bad
think
about
he.
that. I don't
I
like
think he
that.
will win.
Christian
But
McCaffrey.
honestly, I could see Kyle take this easy.
So could I.
Derrick Henry and David Pierce have great matchups. So does Stephon Diggs. I don't know. You could easily lose, but I've already locked it in. We're moving on.
Yeah, same.
Kyle just has to find a replacement for DeAndre Swift,
No,
and then
keep him
he's
in.
Gucci.
Keep him in. Ooh, Andrew Battle. Name game.
Whoa!
Name game. Revenge game. Lamar
Loser
Jackson.
has to change his name.
It's just.
Listen. Fuck.
What if we
I'm
did
gonna
that
win
every
this.
year?
I've already locked in. I don't care.
Oh, did you pick
I
yourself, buddy?
I did pick myself because listen. I just I'm sure Bender's gonna make some moves on the wire.
He doesn't have to. He's going to beat you with another 40 piece from Dallas
So that's
defense.
the thing. That's what scares me. Is the Dallas defense.
Oh
So
no!
scary.
What happens if it can't beat Andrew with one Thursday night player? You start 1, 2, 3 Thursday night players.
So
Your game's gonna be over before Friday. You have AJ Brown, but
I do have the Jalen Hurts blocker. As
you
long as
say
AJ Brown
that. But what if it's just a Devonta Smith game?
it's never a Devonta Smith game. I don't care what anybody says. Listen, just throw the ball, AJ Brown. Jalen Hurts gonna have 3 touchdowns. I don't care as long as they're all to AJ Brown.
That's
I don't
true.
know.
I mean, I do see your win con here. Like Lamar just has a comeback game. Saquon against Arizona. You have the AJ Brown blocker. DK at Detroit. That's gonna be a shootout.
Dude, Mike Evans at Chicago.
I see the lines.
It's there. It's all there.
Darnell
I
Mooney
don't.
scores like 2 points. Dalvin Cook scores like 1 point.
Yeah, that's right. Because also he's got Dalvin Cook, one of his starting running backs, against his defense. Like that can't be good.
Yeah.
Like I said, Bender's gonna pick some guys.
But then again,
off
you
the
only
wire.
have 8 players.
Shut your mouth. Listen,
Will Dallas got to
honestly,
score points.
honestly, I'm about to slot in Jake Ferguson, and not even regret it.
I'm starting Luke Musgrave. Fever. Next.
Next, go Andrew.
Go, Andrew. Wait, David, why don't you have any points? What's wrong with your lineup?
David.
Dude, Dalvin and Brees just getting buried at Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we love Brees Hall around here, but
Oh my
I am
god,
scared of Dallas.
that guy
Honestly,
lost a step. That's for sure.
here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. We slam in Gus Edwards. We have a great time.
Is Gus Edwards
Uh,
healthy, bro?
Dude, I don't know. Is Travis Kelsey healthy? That's what really matters. My man needs some Travis Kelsey love. Otherwise, he's not gonna have a fun time.
Guys, Andrew dropped Rashad Bateman in the middle of this conversation. I thought I wouldn't notice, by the way.
Dude, that's
He
fine. I
dropped him
dropped him
like half an hour ago, like right before we
yeah,
started talking.
I dropped him before we were recording. Listen, I mean, if you guys want Rashad Bateman, then go for him. I don't believe.
I don't.
I believe.
I don't.
Here's the thing. This matchup is so hyper specific on who is playing. Because, like, if David gets to slot in Christian Watson and Travis Kelsey, his team, and Gus Edwards, his team looks a lot different.
Yeah, I have a feeling Travis Kelsey's playing. What's the prognosis?
Dude, he's got a hammy. And honestly, you might not even if Christian Watson plays, you might not start him. Just because,
Yeah,
like,
you might if you're David. I don't think you have a choice.
if he pulls a hammy in the middle of the game, listen, my decision has been made. I will say for Greg, his team is solid. His team has like very similar vibes to Jeremy's team. Real chalk.
I feel like this is a big like Ramondre Stevenson has like 8 receptions for 66 yards, just like eats screen passes. Um, I think I'm gonna go with our young hero David.
Wow,
Something
wow.
about Greg's team, man. I don't know. I think it's the running backs. I look at all
Listen,
3 of these running backs and I just go, I could see these guys combining for 13 points.
listen, Greg. I want you to know I've slam locked you.
Yeah, I
You're
knew he
gonna
did.
win, David. Listen, you're my mortal enemy this year. I need to win more games than you, so that's just how it is.
Justin Fields' revenge game.
Greg, got your back, buddy. Easy dub.
Sorry,
Let's get
Greg.
it.
Juice. Hello.
Stooge.
Oh my God, the quarterback matchup.
Let's
It's
make me
so
laugh
it's so
every
fat.
time. So I have insider information. During week 1, Nathan flat out asked the question, "Does my team suck?" And if
Yikes.
Austin Eckler is injured, yes, your team is ass. And
Yes.
Austin Eckler is banged up. I don't know if he's gonna miss, but he's banged up, and you can't afford that. Your team cannot afford that. I think Drake London is not a real player.
I don't think the
Uh,
Atlanta Falcons are a real football team.
I agree. I think you've got Deontay
And they
Johnson, who's also banged up.
and they still battered the Panthers.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. They're just gonna run. They're just gonna run forever. Tyler Algier has value. Listen,
Yes.
I don't
Evan
even.
gets to start a real tight end this week, so that's cool. Why do you have so many empty
I've
bench spots?
already. I've picked my player, my
I
person.
mean, it's Evan for sure, right? Like,
I
give me any piece of this game, by the way. I really think like Evan's got pieces, bro. This game screams like 41-37 to me. I want pieces of that game. Nathan, I'm sorry, fam.
Niven hit the wire. Pray some injuries work out. I think Travis Etienne is actually that dude, but
I don't trade
uh,
bait. Get him out. 2 for 1.
wow,
Get some
wow.
depth.
No, you definitely need depth, buddy. Definitely need
You need
depth.
some depth. Get a 2 for 1 on that guy.
Oof, oh,
Talking
yeah.
about fake Atlanta Falcons.
Oof.
Why doesn't Travis's team have any points? Why is everybody projected to score 89 points?
Um,
All right, he slaps in Daniel Jones. Actually, no. Keep
he needs
jerk off at home against Seattle. You're fine. You're fine.
he needs Mark Andrews. He needs Mark Andrews back.
Oh, that's right. Mark Andrews, who I think will play.
Hope so.
I think
Fingers
him and
crossed.
Travis Kelsey are both going to play. You get Mark Andrews back in. Brian Robinson, you probably sit down for Kenny G, who hopefully plays. You'll know because it's a Thursday. Aaron
So
Jones, I don't think is going to play.
so here's a problem for Craig. Right, Aaron Jones might not play. Anthony Richardson might not play, which then really hurts your Michael Pittman value.
You say that,
Uh,
but does it? Gardner Minshew's the backup on that team. Like unironically, I don't know that Anthony Richardson is a.
Unironically, Gardner Minshew is the backup. Okay. Uh, yeah, I've got a person that I think is gonna win, and now I know that I'm gonna get yelled at by Craig because he's always upset.
When you
Like
pick Craig. Yeah. I just don't know how Travis wins. Where's Travis's win con? I don't see it, buddy. I love you.
So
But
let's just hit Travis's team real quick here. Garrett Wilson, we already know, dinged. Also playing Dallas, double dinged.
yeah,
Bijan Robinson gonna have a great game. Gonna have a great game. Brian
probably.
Robinson probably not gonna have
Probably
that
not gonna have a
great of a
great
game.
game.
Khalil Herbert against Tampa Bay.
Probably gonna have an okay game.
Tampa Bay's
If
run
they give him
defense
the
is
ball,
not
which
bad.
they didn't really give him the ball in the first game.
I mean, listen, he's got Tyler Bass. That's a winner. He's got Washington defense, but I think it's actually okay against Denver because Denver is doo-doo butt.
I actually want the other side of this matchup. I want the Denver defense against Washington at home.
You don't believe in the how?
No.
This was actually
I'm starting
it's
Denver defense, actually.
pretty tough.
This is tough for me. It's really Jared Goff, right? Like, does Jared Goff have 31 in this matchup? I think it's Craig, bro. Craig just has so many more weapons.
He does, and I want you to know I have picked Travis.
I'm picking
Travis
Craig
to win. I don't know, something about Craig's team. I'm just not bought in yet. I'm not there. I'm not there. Travis, get Mark Andrews back. Have a blast.
Wow, projected matchup of the week. I think this is the only matchup where both players are projected to score 100 points. No, yours was.
I did. Listen, me and Bender have the most projected points total. Out of here.
That's okay. That's fine. But one of you scored 60 last week, so.
Andrew squad. Shut up. So listen, this is it. This is chalk versus boom and bust. Who we take?
Really? What are you? Wait. You think this is chalk? I'm so confused with what you just said.
Yeah, listen. I know you have your feelings. I've already picked. I'm done. I'm
listen. I already know who it is. Slam, bro. I don't even think it's close.
Listen, I wanted to know. I've picked Jeremy.
Listen.
Say what you want.
Love you, buddy. Absolutely not. I don't want any part of either of these running backs playing each other in Pittsburgh on Monday night after Pittsburgh got disrespected by San Francisco. I don't want any part of this.
Listen, I am concerned. Full disclosure, I am very concerned about Najee Harris. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what Jeremy's supposed to do about it. But yeah, listen, Dan's team is.
And Dan has the Calvin Ridley cover. Like, dude, it is a wrap, bro.
Listen, I am highly suspicious of. What is Tua's record? Is Tua's record against New England really good or really bad?
Tua's record against everybody is really good. He is like 14-5 as a starter. It can't be bad against anybody.
I just remember there was one.
The only game he played bad last year was the Chargers game, who he annihilated on Sunday.
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, we'll see.
I think New England was fake against Philly this past weekend. It was weather. Philly didn't play in the preseason. I think New England loses this game by 40.
I could be totally wrong here.
Listen, every week we're going to talk on Tuesday. I think Dan is scoring 130 points until I'm proven otherwise every single week. I'm going to pick Dan until he plays me every single week.
All right.
Locked in. We're done.
Matchup.
I have to go drive to an airport before my wife divorces me. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, week 2, baby.